Hi, this is Catherine Kim. In this video, you're going to hear why I want to become a recruitment manager and why I think I'd be a great fit for this role. You're also going to have a chance to see a 10-minute video clip of me teaching inside my classroom, so I hope you enjoy. Thank you. So the reason why I want to become a recruitment manager is I have really enjoyed my 2 years teaching, and I feel like students at my school are really getting a quality education. But that really makes me think about all the other students that attend other public schools that may not have that same access. And I want to be part of a bigger mission that strives to educate all children and offer them the opportunities that my students have inside my classroom. That's why I think being a recruitment manager for me is going to be something that I'm really passionate about, because I want to make sure that I can be part of a mission that has the impact larger scale, making sure that we really close those gaps, not just within our communities, but really within all of our schools. So honestly, the idea of leaving the classroom and possibly making that decision has been really difficult for me. I think knowing that I've been able to make a change within my classroom and within my school has been a really great experience. But thinking about all the other classrooms that do not have that access and the other students who are not going to get qualified teachers, that's something that I see as a greater need. And I really want to be a recruitment manager so that I can connect those students with passionate teachers who are ready to kind of jump right in and hit the ground running. So right now I'm really young in my career. I'm 25. I'm about to finish up my 2-year commitment, and it's kind of crazy to think back on when I first started. As I mentioned earlier, the thought of leaving the classroom was a really, really tough decision for me. But I think the one thing that makes this an easier decision is my commitment to education, that no matter what other step my career takes me, I know that I'm going to be serving children. And I think in this recruitment role, it's going to give me a different opportunity to make an impact more on a systemic level. And that's something that I want to be a part of, and that I'm still very passionate about, is my commitment to my children, but maybe, in a different way, not as ground level in the classroom. Be going over and discoursing the poem, because I feel like that's something that our class needs a little bit more work with. So let's go ahead and read what Hassan has down for his main idea job for the poem. Because we're going to be focusing in and having a class discussion on question number 1. So let's just refresh our memory by going back to the main idea job. Using imagination to play. Using imagination, she's being an ancient queen. Evaluating if Kaysan has all three parts of our thinking job written down when it comes to poetry. And you need to give him specific feedback on what he needs to do, if you agree or if you disagree. Track, Adrian.
What I want to give, the feedback that I want to give to
Heaven's tracking,
Kaysan
tracking.
is that when you say Asian queen, that doesn't, that's just like giving a piece of evidence from like the poem to using the main idea job. You need to use everything. You need to use everything from the poem.
What do you mean? Someone add on to what Adrian's saying, because Kaysan included that part, she's being an ancient queen, evaluates whether or not you included that in your job as being the most important information that you had to include. Kayla? Tori, hands and eyes.
I disagree with Kaysan, because that's not connecting that whole paragraph about her imagining that she's doing all these things, because she can't actually be an ancient queen. And that's not like an important detail that's in that in that paragraph, that's in that stanza.
Does anyone have different feedback other than what Kayla said that we can help Kason out with? Kevin?
The feedback I should give Kason is that
A little bit louder so we can all hear.
the feedback that I will give Kason, is not to add details from the text, because that's not like putting it in your own words. Because the main ideas are not from the text, you have to put your main ideas in your own words.
So, from what I'm hearing, it's like too specific of a detail. So how could we change that so that it's not so specific, but that Kason still includes what is the speaker telling us? TJ? Ivani's tracking, Sapphire's tracking.
He could put that into his own words by saying that like
Andre, stay with us.
I can't pronounce the author's name.
Narcissa, the speaker's name, Narcissa.
Narcissa
Yes,
is
Andre.
like imagining something because that's
Imagining what?
imagining that she's an ancient.
Is that all? Was Narcissa just imagining to be an ancient queen?
She was imagining a
Hands and eyes.
lot of things.
Seven eyes.
And Pedro could say that it was like about Narcissa, imagining her being certain things.
Right. So we can just change that by saying Narcissa imagining to be different characters, different things. What do you think the deeper meaning of this poem was? Building off of what we just said, what the speaker was telling us. Now we have to take it that next level. Damien?
I think the deeper meaning of this text is Narcissa was imagining.
So we already went over that, the literal meaning, yes, but I'm saying what can we say to take it that next level? Jose, do you want to help us out?
That when you're using your imagination,
Jaden, hands, eyes, please not so loud.
you can be creative and think about anything you want.
Say it one more time and talk to them.
That when you're using your imagination, you can be creative and think of anything that you want.
What do we think about that? Great, lock and trap. Using that main idea, now that we have a really strong understanding of what this was about, let's go back to our question. What is the main idea of this poem? Who thinks they can give it a shot and give us your idea that you came up with? Heaven?
First, I
Kayla's
covered
tracking,
all the
Soraya's
answer
tracking.
choices. Then I read the question, what's the main idea of this poem? And then I put in my own words, what is the author trying to teach us in this poem?
Nice job interpreting the question so clearly.
And then it says what's my main idea, so I went back to my main idea, John. I went back to my main idea, John. And then my main idea is how the speaker was imagining things, how
Imagining to And who is the speaker? We know we don't have to write out the full name, but let's be a little bit more specific. The speaker, N, for Narcissa, yes. Imagining to be things. Great, that's one part. What's the second part that Jose added on from the four?
The second part that was added on was that she also, you can do many
Louis, hands, eyes.
you can do many
Tori. Let her continue. Let her finish, okay? In your own words, it doesn't have to be perfect.
In my own words is how you
Is it all the way on your bottom?
you can do like many different things
Jaden.
if you like you can do many different.
Yeah, you have it. Say it. Yeah, you can do many different things when you use your imagination. agree with that idea that we just came up with? Heaven said, great. A, that games are fun to play. Ooh, I saw some people get really tricked by this. I see thumbs down now. How can we be confident to slash the trash on A? You need to support it. TJ?
Because this poem is about
Narcissa.
Narcissa, and she was sitting on a rock. The whole throughout the story, and she was, even though she was talking about the games, she wasn't playing them at the same. She wasn't playing them, so it doesn't have nothing to do with her playing games.
Yeah. It says that she was standing very, very still. She was so still, but really there were things going on in her mind. But was she actually moving around playing jump rope, hopscotch, doing those things, playing tag? No, that wasn't happening. B, that imagination is powerful. Does that connect to the idea we came up with? What do we think, Ilani? Speak up louder, talk to them, Terrence, sit all the way flat. There's chants outside, there's a lot going on.
All we can do is magic maybe it.
Magic maybe it. Why do you think Ilani's saying we can magic maybe be? Damien? All the way on the back. All the way in the back.
Because it connects to our idea.
Yeah, it connects to our idea. C, children should sit still. This whole thing was about telling us that children should sit still. I see a lot of you like really disagreeing. Why do you disagree, Kaysan?
I disagree because
Come on, Manu. Next to Jonas, sit all the way down.
because Narcissa was sitting still, but just saying that children should sit still. That it's only talking. It's saying that.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
It's saying that the story teaches us that children should sit still.
Yeah. Was that mentioned in the poem? Was that mentioned in the poem, Sarai?
That was mentioned in the poem, but just because something's mentioned in the text doesn't mean that that's what the whole story is about.
What do we need to make sure? Sarai, you said something really important to make sure that we remember. What did she just say? KK? Talk to them, turn your eyes and...
Sarai said that if children sit still, it does not match our ideas because the main.
No, what point did Sarai bring up? Yes, it doesn't match the idea, you're correct, but there was another reason that Sarai gave, because it was in the